What's up, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny weapon review. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Hunter exclusive sniper rifle called the Stillpiercer. This is a sniper rifle that can only be obtained after you level up your gunsmith to rank 2 and complete a simple quest from Banshee, after which you'll be awarded this sniper rifle. Like I said, it is Hunter exclusive, so even once you get your hands on it, don't expect to be able to use it on your other characters. Before we get into how the weapon performs, let's take a basic look at the stats and skills on the weapon itself. So here she is. She comes with a couple of ballistic options. I recommend you just go with smooth. And then in the first skill slot, you have a skill that is called the Perfectionist, which basically makes it so that if all 4 shots from the magazine are precision kills, it'll refill the magazine. We'll talk about that in a bit. It comes with Snapshot, Custom Optics, and Oiled Frame. Snapshot is the obvious choice. And finally, Self-Spotter, which divides your radar into more slices of pie so that you can more accurately place the opponents on your radar. Now, one of the best things that this sniper rifle has going for it is its basic archetype, the base stats of the weapon itself. It is very similar to something like an LDR, longbow synthesis. That's the category of sniper rifle that this one falls into. Now, the impact rating on it is 31, which is great. It means you can one-shot opponents off of the revive or one-shot over-shielded opponents. You still won't be able to drop a Sunbreaker Titan in one shot, but that's okay. Most things can't. On top of that, you have a stability factor at 57, which is pretty nice. And then one of the things that people always want to know about is the aim assist value, and according to the Planet Destiny database, they have it sitting at 51, which is, it's not super low, but it's not super high. So no one's going to call you a tryhard for using this weapon. It doesn't have auto aim, like people like to say. You think of something like Shadow of Veils, which is up in the 69 range, and then you have like the Hereafter, for example, which is up at 70. So this is sort of middle of the pack in terms of the aim assist value on it, which is nice. I like it for that reason. So this archetype of sniper itself is pretty hard to come by in TTK. There aren't nearly as many of them as there were in Year 1 yet, and we may see more of these types of sniper rifles popping up as more expansions come out. But currently, the list of snipers in this category is pretty short, but the most popular ones in this category right now are probably the 1,000-yard stare and the Irene. So in regards to the perks on the weapon, you have Perfectionist, which is, in my opinion, a waste of a perk in PvP. It can sometimes proc for you in PvE, but for someone like me, I almost never do PvE. So in PvP, getting 4 precision kills with 1 magazine, it doesn't happen very often at all, even for a seasoned sniper. And one of the things that I dislike about that perk in general is that sometimes there are scenarios where a body shot is the most obvious choice, where you don't actually even want to try for a headshot. That's not your best option in those scenarios. And so to have a perk that kind of dissuades you from doing the right thing in the right circumstance, I just don't like that. So I think that's a waste of a perk. I don't even try for it. I pretend it's not even there. But the rest of the perks actually work out pretty well for the weapon. You have Snapshot in the middle tree. Like I said, the obvious choice there, in my opinion. I don't think there's any reason you would go with anything else. Personally, Snapshot in PvP is invaluable. It's one of those things that if you're going for the ideal role on a sniper rifle, that's one of the non-negotiables. It's got to have Snapshot in that middle tree there. So Snapshot is just going to make it so that you can snap in more quickly, which means that quick scoping is easier to do. Target acquisition on the fly and on the move is easier to do, and that's great because it pairs well with the Hunter class, and it especially pairs well with the Night Stalker subclass because you have some more mobility options as a Night Stalker. And so sniping on the move is much easier to do when you have Snapshot. It pairs well with Shade Step especially. Self-Spotter also works to that same end. It helps you in sort of closer quarters when you have the sniper rifle out so that you can have better radar awareness, place your targets better, and maybe come up with some more nasty quick scopes and close quarter snipes. On top of that, the weapon itself has superb handling. So it's pretty zippy, and that complements a mobile sniper, a sniper style where you're much more up in the fray. It's not necessarily in favor of someone who, you know, picks a spot, falls in it, and hard scopes an area. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that, but the perks on this weapon really favor the kind of player who is much more aggressive as a sniper, who pushes hard, who isn't afraid to get close with a sniper. And on top of that, you have the scope on this sniper rifle, which isn't about long-range sniping. In fact, it has a zoom value of 40, which is incredibly low. So this is all about zipping this thing around, getting some nice quick scopes and short-range snipes. So it really favors the style of sniping that I prefer. And as you see in the gameplay, I am really enjoying using it in that regard. I'm doing lots of shade stepping and kind of going in and out of cover, getting up close and personal with this sniper rifle and having a lot of fun with it. In fact, in the next clip you'll see a nice quick scope, and I've had a number of those. It's something that is much easier to do with a sniper rifle like this one. So I'm really hopeful that you guys can get your hands on this if you don't already have it. Apologies to those of you who don't main a hunter. I know that I don't, but I almost feel myself making that switch just to play the Night Stalker more. There's that quick scope. But yeah, I'm kind of feeling myself get away from the Warlock a little bit. I do love my Warlock, still play it quite a bit, but I'm just having more fun right now with all the mobility options you have with the Night Stalker. It seems like such a more technical class to play. A class that you have to keep certain perks in mind. It's not something that has a lot of passive perks, but a lot of active perks that you have to be really mindful of and activate yourself, like the smoke bombs and the shade stepping and the tracking abilities, things that you really have to take full advantage of. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. Hopefully you get your hands on the weapon, and let me know what your thoughts are on this, if you have similar experiences to mine, and if you're enjoying your Stillpiercer as well. This has been True Vanguard, and we will catch you in the Crucible.